All right, we are now ready to craft the final distillation tower in this line. I'm sure there will be more of them, but I mean, for this process that we've been building, the only thing I'm waiting on left to craft is a main attach. We'll have that in a moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I believe. I'm going to need more stainless steel casing. This is a quick one for us to craft up. It's like 8. Yeah, we're going to need more than a stack. I think I might have. Oh, yeah, we have another stack ready to go. So we're all right there. Oh, that's what's going on. And we will get some back from all the output hatches. Oh, we'll have more than enough. Well over enough. You know what, miss one there. And then put our ceiling on top of it. And we're going to take out all of the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All of those are going to be our output hatches. They got to be placed the right way, though. That might help. Boom. Output hatch is done. Input hatch, probably going to be best to go not right there, here. Let's grab that. I believe I crafted one up. I did. And then I will need energy hatch. And then we're just waiting on the maintenance hatch to get done. We can, out of curiosity, what's this looking like? Okay, we're down under right now because everything's not running. That was like 8 before I upgraded to 16, so definitely did not mean to do that. There we go. What are we still waiting on a couple of the HV tiers? We'll have that in a moment here. Otherwise, we can take. We should have a lot of interfaces here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them, I believe. 13, actually. Probably the one with the most. Oh my god. It's going to be a little bit of a bitch to install. Can do like this, though. There we go. And then one on this. And we have our maintenance hatches now. Structured form, beautiful. What can we do with other maintenance hatch? All of this stuff should now be on proper ones. Let's see, like just finding somewhere new to put these guys. There we go. What is this? Is it stuck on something or is it just tripping? It's just we're waiting on more of this stuff. This all looks good. I haven't dealt with that stuff yet. That's on the to-do list. Anyways, this is fully formed now. We can pretty much go ahead and hook this part up and then build the subnet out. Why did I extend it like that? Yep. So it needs to come over this way, yeah. And then we are importing the severely steam crack heavy fuel. Okay, so it's not doing anything yet. Is there a chance that we're doing something that needs no. Oh, we need an output hatch too, an output bus, sorry. Output bus. Let that craft up real quick. All right, storage subnet is set up. All that's left is us to go partition the drives, and then we will have this heavy crack stuff processed. Quite the big fucking distillation tower there. All right, wrapping up our partitioning here. Got our 2 cards. Let's go and install ourselves into the sky. And are we? Oh, it's loading up. Sweet. Now, if I look here, sweet, we can see benzene. And then, curious to know, is benzene needed for anything else? Maybe. Yeah, so it's definitely used for other things potentially. But I don't know if things like this are crucial or what, but we know for certain nitrobenzene. Which I think we might even have a chemical reactor ready to do this. And if that's the case, we're gonna go build this and get this set up now to have this fully good to go. And I will process the other things as I need to when I have the need. The next thing would be, yeah, we have this now. That's a quest that we have reached. Getting this would be huge. So we can update some of the recipes, and that is doable for us now. Ethylene, benzene, yeah, that whole process is doable for us. But we'd probably set that up for auto crafting. Benzene's nice benzene's one we're going to set up for passive. Liquid polyvinyl as well. I look at this. That's propene and carbon monoxide to get this in order to get to the laminated glass. So this is totally something we'd auto craft as well. Tempered glass, and yeah, this thing laminated glass. So then we can finally build industrial barrel so that we can get really good lava gen. So then I can go back to working on the radon process, but then also spinning around to power at some point too along the way. So that's the framework for the next 2 to 3 sessions of work here. Anyways, let's go see if I have. I do. That's huge. Okay, let's build this LCR. I realize we're actually going to need some more LCRs, so while I'm letting that craft up, I am currently actually taking some things down. We took water gen down, because that's been infinite. We took down sand gen, or sand sieving, because we've got 7 or 8 of them dedicated now purely to sand dam generation. And distilled water we're getting from our turbines now. So it actually is not needed anymore. And look at this extra interfaces we're getting back. I'll take that. Getting rid of some pipes too. Feels good to be able to get rid of some stuff. Come on. Oh, my double space was not going there. That's kind of crazy. All right, so the line of things that we need to get done here is we're trying to make nitrobenzene, and we need the nitration mixture, which we needed sulfuric acid for. So I just added a new large chemical reactor on top of our current sulfuric acid generator. Matter of fact, we don't need to do that. So that solves the first half of that. And then making nitric acid is the other problem, which we will be doing this with. We've got essentially limitless amounts of all of this. Hydrogen gas. Let me double check the hydrogen one. Hydrogen, we've got a decent amount of, but then you look at like nitrogen and oxygen, like 29K of each. Hydrogen, that should be fine. We are starting to use more. I don't know where else we're generating it from, honestly. Keep my eye out for that. This is storage cells. Both those storage cells. Yeah, okay, it is. So that thing will make more for us, honestly. This system just probably isn't running back and forward that much because it is pretty full. Or it's staying filled up, which is sweet. So yeah, the next step is to make another LCR, which we had started building over here. Chemically inert. Like this. Did I get the... maintenance hatch, nichrome, and this guy's going to be making our nitric acid for us. So we'll need input hatch wise, we'll need 3 of them, which then means that we got the interfaces going. Okay, sweet. Nichrome. And we are also going to need an energy hatch. And we will go ahead and hook that up with some more aluminum. Beautiful aluminum is so quick now, thanks to our passiving of it, which has been done for a minute. I don't know why I'm saying like we just did it recently. And then we will go and hook this part up here. Connected, powered. Do not need output bus, input bus. We want the input hatches, which we'll do on this side. And then we'll want output hatch, just one, and right here. Then let's set up our 2 more interfaces. One more will go on the back. Matter of fact, we might just pipe this directly into another one. I didn't really look. Is this used for anything key? I don't know. Maybe it's good to save some of this. We might just pipe it, honestly. You can always make another one for like I have no clue. Maybe it is used down the way. Not exactly a now issue, however. So we'll hook up these 3 and we'll just get this thing up and running. Boom. All those are hooked up. So one of these will be hydrogen. Oxygen. And then nitrogen. And do we need a set? No, let's look at it this way. Fuck me, it's a mixer. Wait. Nitric acid. Oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and 24. I was right. I was so worried for a second there. But I still didn't see it start, which has me a bit worried here. Nitrobenzene, nutrition mixture, nitric acid. It is HV. Oh, 2 output hatches. This is just water, though, I think I read. Yeah, water. So we'll trash can the water. Let's fluid lock them. Oh, just kidding. And water. Oh, water will come in next one. Okay, yeah. Fluid lock that. And just trash it. Sweet. Okay. That's a storage bus. We don't want that on that. We want an interface on that. And now we just got to set up a little subnet for this. Or I said we were just going to pipe it, actually. So that would be pump, pipe, doesn't really matter. Mixer, let's get one of those crafting up. We might make it a large mixer at some point, but I think for right now, keep it as a normal one. I mean, it's only doing one recipe. How long is this going to take? It's going to take 6 seconds for 2 buckets, which is not even where it's going to get capped. We're going to get capped on the 8 seconds for the nitrobenzene gen. So I think for now, we'll take that. We can always change it up later. Pump is good. Our mixer's done. Throw the cover on. Set it to import. Nitric acid. We're also going to want, throw an interface down below. Interface, sweet, already have one. And we'll need this to come in below. We'll pipe in sulfuric acid. The interface is not going to pump it in, is it? No, it's not. We're going to need another pipe. I should have made the other, or get another interface, normal one. Let that craft up. Boom, and our mixer is up and running, making the nitration mixture. Last step is putting it all together with some distilled water, and we have nitrobenzene, which is the last step in what we want for power. This is the only other thing I kind of wanted to pass out of this line right now. And we're going to push forward with that in just a moment. All right, we are starting to make some progress here. It's been a little bit. So let me just run through. It's been about a day and a half. I've been super busy. So let me run through what we've been up to from where we paused last. This LCR here, we are making our nitric acid. With nitric acid, we are mixing hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. All three of these we have in surplus. We're trashing, I think it's water that's coming out of this, it's a spare. We don't need any more water, we have infinite amounts of it. So we're chill there. There's no reason to be saving it, hence just going into a trash bin. And we're pulling it out, we're throwing it into a mixer here. Nitric acid and sulfuric acid. We are making nitration mixture. Sulfuric acid, we didn't really have passively being made. We were making it for use with sodium persulfate, but I added a fourth up here at the top. And this guy is specifically only making it for passive use and not for the persulfate. So we've subnetted it. We've got a lot stored up, which is perfect. And that's slowly being used over there. And then we're taking the, the nitric acid and sulfuric acid, mixing it to nitration mixture. In a mixer, we could be using a big one, but as you see right now, we're full on it. So there's no reason for us to be doing that. And we're throwing into this LCR. In this guy, we are also adding benzene, which we are out of because of the process, the oil mixing process. As you can see, it's still going on. I feel like we're probably just still making the. No, it's not. That's our output hatches. Those are input hatches. It's really seem correct. So we should be making it. I'll take a look at that. I don't know why we're not making it at the moment. Is something full by chance? Ethane is full. Is this full? No. Is ethane not added? We might have it added to our partition, which could be an issue. Let's take a quick peek at that. That's not our TEP thing. I said ethane, right? Throw this into our partition. Ethane is not. My bad. Did I miss? I did miss it. Okay, now we should be going back to making benzene. So we throw this back into our storage cells, not this one, the big boy. And that should start getting emptied. Yeah, it got emptied, beautiful. And now we should see this start working. Excuse me, yep, it's working. Sweet, okay, so we're throwing the nitration mixture in with distilled water and benzene. The output of that is, what is the nitrobenzene? Boom. Look at that storage. 2,900 buckets, which is absolutely beautiful. This is going to be our new fuel source for power, which we're going to push forward through in this video. We're going to make some, what are they called? Take a look at our crafting. Some of the large gas turbines. Right now we've been playing around with steam turbines. Large gas turbines are what's going to be our main power provider. So we're going to make a couple of these in a little bit. And this is going to become our new power. So this is our nitrobenzene line. But we're also getting a ton of other things out of this. We're not only getting ethane, benzene, and all of that. And one of the other things I want to be pushing forward with is this laminated glass. I went ahead and created the liquid polyvinyl butyl bucket. Oh my god, mouthfuls here, mouthfuls. So we've made that, and now we're going to push forward through to getting laminated glass, which then lets us get industrial barrels. One of the big reasons why we want industrial barrels is for increased lava production. Right now, we are just on these old large stone barrels for lava production, but we need lava to craft both netherrack. 32 buckets and 16 gives us 32 netherrack, and then end stone as well. Same deal, 32 buckets. So we need a shit ton of lava because netherrack and end stone are, if we look at the processing line, we're looking at this processing line of getting to radon. We need netherrack, and so if we have end stone now being passively made, but we will need more lava to make both of these like constantly. Both of these let us get the nether air buckets, ender air buckets to radon. Radon, I think, comes in use when we're doing the nether star loop later, some point in all of this. I haven't looked too much into it, but we do need it. But we also need radon for, I think we can see it here, but the ME assembler, then the EV version of that needs the EV emitters, and EV emitters need the quantum eye, ender eye, and radon gas. That's kind of the main reason why I want it right now, but it's huge for us going forwards in other use cases, I think, too. Yeah, there's quantum star. So maybe it's after we get the nether star. Quantum stars, yeah, it takes radon. So having it done now is huge, and that's kind of the long term goal we're working towards. I don't know if we'll get to radon. I think unless I end up in some other issues before we pause there and expand elsewhere. But we're not going to push nether star right after it. It's just something that's good for us to have in backup, and then we're also going to need the radon for some other use cases. So it's kind of an important next step for us, or something that certainly needs to be done. There's also this liquid styrene butadiene, which will make some of our other recipes cheaper. We have to go and update some recipes, but this will allow us to make some of those. Oh my god, what is it? Is it the conveyor belts? It's conveyor belts and other things that use liquid rubber, liquid silicone for a cheaper recipe. With all that said, our next step right here is to now push through. We're gonna do the industrial barrels before we push through with the power. So let's see, do I have the pattern set up right now to make laminated glass? I think I crafted some patterns. I did. Smart man. Give this guy a raise. Blank patterns, we want laminated glass. Add that to our list of stuff. We have tempered glass done. We've been had tempered glass done. And we're going to want to fluid solidify with plate, but I think we could do ingot. What do we have fluid solidifiable? Oh, we've got plates fluid solidifiable, so we can just do the plate. We'll go like this, go fluid solidifier, add that, and then this goes into a forming press, which we also have done. So let's add to a forming press our laminated glass, and then let's also add to a fluid solidifier our polyvinyl butyryl plate. And let's see if we can't make, I think we need 9 of these for 1. So let's go ahead and craft that and see if it all works out. Well, we already have 1 right there, so we know it's working out. Let's go ahead and get that quest completed. There is laminated glass quest done. We'll go ahead and store that back in there. And then that also means we need the industrial barrel actual recipe done. Everything else, I believe, is pretty easy for us to do in terms of the multi-block. This, on the other hand, will need the canthal spring, which is that in a bender, which we do not have the long canthal rod, which goes in a forge hammer for us, and then also probably this in a lathe. We could do extrude. I don't think we have it set up. We don't have rods set up, so then we'll do that in a lathe as well. So let's go ahead and add these. That's a crafting pattern. We should have space. Barely space. Wow, we need some more. Oh no, we got plenty of space. I'm joking. This in a bender. So our bender is going to be up this way. Is these? That's our lathe. Yeah, that's a bender recipe. Our hammer, which we'll need to expand at some point, and then also our lathe, which should be this guy here. Sweet. And let's go ahead and try and make one of these as well. All right, a bunch of crafts and a whole day later, we should have everything we need to build these steam rotors now. The gas turbines, wow. Brain was not working there. So let's go ahead and try and set these up in our power area. We'll do it near these lapidary dynamos, but they are probably going to come down at some point if this is making it going to make as much power as what I've been told it should. So let's go ahead and start with, we can move this a bit closer too. Two in, like this, and then we'll take our dynamos. Create 3 tall. Come over 4, yeah, 3, 4. So this side is going to be pretty much full, except for our input. Actually, you know what? Our input hatch is going to go on this side, so we have them in the middle. Oh my, there we go. This side will put our maintenance hatch, and we will also put the turbine itself, and then 2 gearboxes, a rotor holder, and then on top we'll fill this in, and that should craft it. I'm not certain what I'm missing. Let's check. Got them. Oh, we don't have a muffler hatch. Thought I had everything. So close. Create 2 of these real quick. Boom, and we got them. So let's go ahead and install. There we go. Now we need to put our turbine in. We're going to put an ME interface kind of right in between the two, and connect piping up like so. Connect and set it that way, and then we'll also put a pump on it like that, and take our screwdriver out and go. That's not a screwdriver. That is. Import. Before I build the other one, let's just make sure this guy can get up and running. Beautiful. Just break it from underneath, keep it nice and clean looking. Fill that back in. Let's fly through it actually and then fill in. And we're importing nitrobenzene like so. Set that to 4 buckets. It is running. Let's put plug on it and main base. Let's see what the output is like so far.
think it's getting warmed up still, and probably not a high demand for power. Give me an example of what this one's running at. Not even running. Is the rotor broken in this? No, it's just not running. Check this guy. Doing 180 EU, but we can, out of curiosity, we will let this thing get warmed up or push a little bit, take down. Actually, let's build the second one first. Let's build up this second guy. Exactly like we just did. So, 3 space, 2, 3. Hatch. Three, four. Casing. Input hatch. Casing all over the top as well. Here's going to be our holder. And muffler hatch. And then on this side, actually, we're missing our thing that actually makes it work. Boom, maintenance hatch, crafted, throw in one of these, and then use me, connect and push, then also throw our pump, import, throw plug, set it. All right, those are our 2 hatches now powered up and functional. Let's take down some power. These should be able to pump out some power if I'm understanding this correctly. And efficiently too. So let's go ahead and just take these out. Of at least 2 of them. Try a couple. See what happens. And then these guys will start getting used some more. Yeah, we'll see this increase. And if we look into our settings, we're looking at 98, 90, 67, 8, 156. So this guy right here, is that right? Actually, a better way we can get a good feel for this. Well, this thing is draining through our power. We are going down, but these things are not fully warmed up. So let me just let these things gear up for a second, then we'll take another look. That's a number we like to see a little bit more. 5,000 EU per tick output. And we're still not even at full capacity yet. So yeah, we're getting up there. We are still... Oh. Oh, that means we are out of power, and that does not. Yeah, so we're fully out of power here. We'll let this get to 6,000 RPM, and then we'll have a better feel for if we need the lapidary still, or how many more of these we need. We're at 7,000 ticks, so that's really really good. And look at that, our turbines are now boosting our flux storage, so we are now generating more power than we're using. Now, it's actually generating a lot more. Like that's pretty high. We're looking at 0.3 amps, or 0.4, call it, at LUV, which I don't know the exact how many. Well, LUV is what? So 0.5 would be 2 amps at IV, which would be 8 amps at EV. We're doing 8 EV amps with just this. I assume these guys are, that one's not even running. This one's probably running at full. Yeah, but it's not doing it anywhere near. This is doing 10 times as much work. So that's huge. And if we take a look at rotor, I don't know if we have a better one unlocked just yet. We're doing Enderium right now. We can take a peek here and see. We can get that. We can do this, but no. Enderium definitely the best one right now. The next step up, I think, would be Ultimate. What's the nope? We're not there. No. Black Bronze. No. Chromium. Tungsten Turbine. No. It's not even that. Like, I think it's hard to beat. So Twinite, I think, is the next one that we can get sometime soon, right? We're well off from that. Shellite. So this one we're pretty close to getting to. Which would bump up our power significantly. But for the meantime, I could probably build 2 more of these pretty easily. We are really not using a lot of nitrobenzene here, so adding some more of these is going to be way better than scaling our diamond demand. Let's take one last look at power. Yeah, we're pumping power in there. It's going up. And once that's full, we'll be able, these will kind of come off a little bit, and we'll have a better feel for what this kind of sits at, what our full usage is at here on these. And then we'll also need to set up automating rotors repairing, which I believe I've been told that just throwing some laser IO onto this is kind of the way to go. Laser IO, maybe with an ME interface and a crafting card. That kind of seems like the strat. So that will be how we repair rotors automatically. One last thing, let's see if we can take out. So these guys are still doing a little bit of work, but we only have one upgrade in these now. So like we are not burning nearly as many diamonds, and that means that we add 2 more of these. I'm going to be very happy with our full power usage getting off diamonds. One last check I wanted to see. So 0.38 LV. Let me actually figure out how much that is in terms of what we have now. All right, so the last one point of concern, before I do this, I'll explain what's going on. If we look at our nitrobenzene stock, I've been following this, we're kind of hanging out right around the cusp of 3,350 barrels. We just went up 8, but then we'll fall just under 50. I think we're slightly in the positive, but to scale up our power, we need more of that. So what I'm going to do here is I kind of looked at it all. This is where the nitrobenzene is getting made in this LCR. We're full on the nitration mixture, that is keeping up. We're full in the distilled water. The only thing that we're being slowed down by is the benzene itself, and that is coming directly from our tall distillation tower. And then I was looking, okay, are we being choke pointed by the severely steam cracked heavy fuel? No, that's fine. We have more than enough of it. The thing that we can do to speed this up right now is throw on an EV energy hatch here to speed this up from, what would this be? So benzene distillation, we're doing it with severely heavy. So we're doing once every 3 seconds. EV is going to cut that in half. We're not generating any more, but we are now going to be doubling our production speed of it. So that should greatly help. So we're going to shut this down just very briefly. That was a close one. You can't easily break this wire. It's kind of annoying. I'm sure you can. I'm just not doing it right. Free up this space, and we are going to throw an EV energy hatch onto this. This is a 4 amp EV energy hatch. This thing might actually go faster than even if it's a regular one. This might use a shit ton of power. Might have gone a little bit overboard with that. But let's wire this over. To this guy. One more over, pop out, and then just bring this up. This might be doing one IV with this hat, which might be a little bit more than what we actually need. We need wire cutters. 0.75. Yeah, that might be doing a little bit too much work. Certainly going to be fine on the benzene now. Yeah, we might just want a regular energy hatch. That thing might be cooking a little too hard. That's going to be 4 amps. Yeah. Are we going up in power? We can just look at this. Oh, we can manage it, and that might as well just stay then. We can handle it because we are going to be doing some upgrades to our stuff once we have more power set up. But that should drastically be increasing how much. In a perfect world, this is going to get capped at. We should be putting in more than we're actually using. If not, then we know then the benzene's still kind of a choke point. And then we'll get a good feel for what else needs to be scaled up. But that should, yeah, look at that. We're already going up. We've gone up 30 buckets. So that's perfect. Our power's scaled up. We're going to add some more of those turbines, and then we will be really cooking when it comes to power and be able to scale up a lot of other things.